going to take your right foot out to the front. Bend that right knee as you bring your foot across your left leg. If this is where you are today, that's completely fine. If you have it in your practice to tuck that foot behind your left calf, please do. Now you want to try to lift those toes up toward your shin of the leg that's coming around the calf so that you can protect your knee. Take your right hand, cross it over. Take your left hand, cross it over your right. Bring your forearms back to back and then cross your hands so that your palms are facing each other for eagle pose. If it's in your practice, go ahead and lift those arms up a little bit for a nice shoulder stretch. And breathe. Find your drishti or focal point. Slowly lower those arms. With control, uncross your leg and place it firmly on the floor and uncross those arms. Good. Now let's even that out by planting your right foot firmly. As you lift your left foot up and forward, go ahead and bend your left knee. Cross your left knee over your right leg. Bend your knee and go ahead and hook your foot around your right calf. Now you're going to do the opposite with your arm. So whatever arm was on top last is going to be on top this time. So cross that left arm over, right arm over, left, and then you place the back of the hands together. And then reach around so that the palms face each other. If you fall out of the pose, that's okay. It's kind of balancy. Go ahead and find it again. Find your drishti or focal point. Don't forget to protect that knee by lifting those toes up. Go ahead and reach up to the ceiling. Go ahead and lower the arms down. Unwind the feet. Place your left foot firmly on the floor. Go ahead and release your arms. Do a couple shoulder rolls to kind of get some blood flowing in the back of those shoulders. Good. Come on down into seated. However is comfortable for you to get there. Go ahead and send those legs out nice and long. Keeping your shoulder blades down and back, you're going to forward fold at the hips, not letting those shoulders come forward. Notice a nice stretch in the back of those legs. Now I can't go down that far. I could go down far if I was bending like this, but because I'm drawing the shoulder blades back, coming forward with the chest and hinging at the hips, I'm not going down as far, but I still feel a good stretch in the back of the legs. Come on up to sitting. Bend your left knee and take your left foot and cross it over your right knee for seated spinal twist. Plant your left hand, reach your right hand up to the ceiling, and bring the elbow to the outside of the left knee. Now, you're really sitting up nice and tall, not leaning backward. And every time you inhale, you expand the ribs, and as you exhale, you come into the twist a little bit more. Paying attention to sit up nice and tall. Good. Now release from that twist. Take your left foot and uncross it. and long. If you need to kind of shake that out, go right ahead. Good. Now take your right foot, or right knee, bend it, and take your right foot and cross it over your left knee. Your right hand is going to come back toward the floor, but you're not leaning back into it. So sit up nice and tall as you reach your left hand up to the ceiling and come on into the twist by bringing your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Every time you inhale, you expand. Every time you exhale, you get a little bit deeper into the twist. Draw that belly button into the spine to keep sitting up nice and tall. Good. Now take your left hand and release that. Grab your right leg, uncross, straighten out that right leg, and go ahead and shake out your legs. Good. Okay. So come on down onto your back. You may want to have a blanket handy and maybe a block. So go ahead and bring your heels up close to your bottom. You should be able to touch your heels. Bring those shoulder blades back and down. Press into those feet as you lift your bottom up and press those hips up to the ceiling. If you are feeling that it's in your practice to bring those shoulder blades back under the heart, you're going to take your hands under your bottom and lace them together. Draw your belly button in toward your spine for 3 breaths. Good. Unlace your hands and find your yoga block. Go ahead and slide your yoga block underneath the back of your hips. And go ahead and lower the hips down onto the block. This is really nice for the low back. Give those shoulders a little break. And just breathe. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Now warming up for shoulder stand or candlestick, go ahead and reach your left foot up to the ceiling. Get a nice stretch in the back of those legs. Feel your belly button draw down into the spine. Go ahead and place your left foot on the floor again. Take your right foot and bring it up to the ceiling. Feeling a stretch in the back of the right leg, draw your belly button into your spine. And again on the left. And on the right. Good. Place both of your feet on the floor. Lift down up into bridge pose to remove the block from underneath you. Roll onto your right side and press up to sitting for just a moment. Find your yoga blanket. If it's not folded in this way, go ahead and fold your blanket in half, and then in a half again, and then one more time. So it should be about this size. Your head is eventually going to go off of the blanket, so give yourself enough room at the top of your mat for that. Your shoulders are going to come on down to the top of the blanket. Now, if you have any neck problems, we want to try to avoid this pose. In that case, you can come back into your supported bridge or active bridge with either the block or doing the bridge hold. If shoulder stand is not in your practice, you can go ahead and come up into bridge and put that block underneath your hips. Go ahead and lift your right foot up, left foot up, and then tuck your elbows under as you use your core to lift you up. Place your hands on the back of your hips. Draw your belly button into your spine. And breathe. Lower back down to the floor or down to your block. Gently. Place your feet on the floor. If you do not need your block, you can go ahead and try this without. You're going to come on up into your bridge pose. Tuck those shoulders underneath. Don't come up into your bridge pose. Come back down to the floor. You're going to kind of tuck those shoulder blades under. As you lift up, push into the floor. Place your hands on the back of your hips as you reach up to the ceiling. Breathe. Draw your belly button into your spine. Squeeze your buttocks. Straighten the knees. Good. Now slowly lower back down to the floor with control. And rest. Now if you are having any neck pain with that, this pose is probably not a pose that's in your practice right now. If it is, let me know and we can talk about it after class. So go ahead and take your blanket and move it off to the side. Come back down onto the back, and this is a time to take some postures that feel good for you. So feel free to do whatever feels good for you, or you can head right into your Shavasana right now. Otherwise, you're going to find your happy baby pose by bringing the heels up, and bring your feet up, and you're going to grab the outside edges of your feet with your hands. Go ahead and kick your right leg up so the bottom of your foot is facing the ceiling, and kick that left foot up. Now, in this pose, you want to push the hands straight down into the feet and bring your tailbone so that it's as flat as it can be with the ground. Feel that nice hip stretch as you breathe. You can try to alternate kicking your feet, or you can rock from side to side, paying special attention to what your shoulders are doing. You want to keep the shoulder blades drawn down and back. Keep your shoulders away from the ears as you either rock back and forth or kick your feet. And breathe. Good. Go ahead and bend your knees and place your feet back down on the floor. Bring your arms out to the side in a T position. Draw your belly button into your spine as you bring the shins parallel with the floor. Slowly lower down to the right and let your knees come down to the floor if that's comfortable for you. for a spinal twist. Bring your left shoulder down to the floor. You can grab your right hand to left knee and give yourself a gentle pull if that feels good. And breathe. Roll on up to center. Bring your shins parallel with the floor. And draw your knees down toward the left side to the floor. Bring your right shoulder down toward the mat and grab your right knee with your left hand. Draw your belly button into your spine as you lift those knees up. Go ahead and send your right foot out nice and long, left foot out nice and long. Bring your hands down to your side. Feel free to use the wall for legs up the wall.